Hello and welcome back to All the Mods 8. This is episode 4 and we're going to focus on mystical agriculture and maybe the hopper botany pots and maybe a couple other things. So let's see. Get our UI back. There we go. And this is the mystical agriculture stuff that we'll be going over. The pedestals, how to set these up, how to make the seeds. And we're going to be using the hopper botany pots. And I'll show you how to do that. So let's get into it. Right away, we're going to go like this. I'm just going to break this down. And I'm going to break just one of these, but we'll go from there. So how do we make these, and why would we want to? This is how you make the seeds, and we're going to show you how to make one of these seeds, a silver seed we're going to shoot for. This is how we infuse it. So let's find out how we make this. We're going to move this over here. There we go. Now, let's do this. Put that there. We'll move this seed out of the way, and we're going to use the carry-on add-on. It's all in here, all the bunch of stuff, and I just want to pick this up and then have it not move around on me. So I'm going to shift right-click, and that's the carry-on add-on. Everything stays in its spots, and we'll put this back just to get it out of our way as we're walking through here. I just like it recessed. So, let's find out how we make this item. What's the recipe for that? You need a piece of wool, which is just some red dye. You could do red dye with a flower, just like that. Make red dye. You can actually make dyes with mystical agriculture as well, and we'll be doing that later. And then some white wool, and you get red. And 2 of these. So you need 1 of these, and 8 of these. It's going to be 9 wool, some gold. The sooner you make these, the better. And then you're going to find a place to put it. I built this little room for it. That was the intention of this room. And as you put it down, you'll notice there's no, if you didn't have any of these around it. Let's see. Oh, not that one. Let's break that. As you put down this piece right here, it gives a faint glow of where it should go. So you'll have 8 of these in your inventory. You go to the spot, and you just put it there. You put 8 of them all in the spots that are around there. And then I made a button. And then the button is what activates the altar when you're ready to do it. So, let's do that part. We were going to shoot for, I said, you know what, let's see if I need silver. So what's the recipes for silver? Normally, you'd go out and find a bunch. But you can do it this way as well. So silver essence. Well, how would I get silver essence? Let's do the recipe for that. Oh, a silver seed and through the botany pot system. The hopper botany pot is what I use, not these garden cloche. How would I make that? Okay, it says this. In the infusion crafting, which we've just set up with this infusion altar here, we put a seed in the middle, a prosperity seed, and then 4 and 4 tertium. Okay, how do I do that? Let's look at the tertiums. We'll do the recipe for those. We'll take 4 of them. So I'm going to need 4. What's the recipe for those? Oh, we do the infusion crystal, which we've done. Let's take a look at that. You'll start out with a regular one and not the master infusion. And that's made with a diamond. And 4 of those, you get that. You put 4 of these around that, you get 1 of those. And how do you make these? 4 of these around that, you get 1 of those. So you build your way up till you get 4. And then the silver, how did we know we needed that? Well, I looked at it and I said, that's tier 3. Well, this is actually tier 3 as well. It goes inferium, prudentium, tertium, imperium, and supremium. That's the 3rd tier, so we know we need a 3rd tier for this as well. So let's do that. These you get from mining, so they're kind of hard to come by actually. So be a little cautious when using them and use them for the things you really want. And don't pass these up. They're hard to find, and I think just mining is the only way to get them. The seeds are easier to make. You just go like, well, they're not easy to make. They're the 4 prosperity shards with a seed in the middle. So now let's make the actual seed using this blank seed. And you don't have to put them, you can just put all 4 just like that in a row. You don't have to space them out or do it like that. There we go. We've got them all set up. They're all hovering. Everything's cool. And we press the button. It does that. Okay. We know that's a tier 3 seed. So we need tier 3 farmland. So let's make some just for fun. You can make it quite a few different ways. You can make farmland, or you could do it this way as well, where we pick, let's find that. To make farmland, you just go like this and like that. That makes farmland. Or you could do it this way. So you could do it with this, 1, 2, 3, and get that. Or you could do it this way. I just had some farmland made up. So we got our tier 3. You can use a higher level, but they're kind of expensive, and I don't plan to replace them with the tier 5. Not for a while yet. Not until I automate the whole process of making this stuff. I measured it, and it looked like it was only 20% better with a tier 5 versus a tier 1. So not that 50% better would be nice, but I didn't think it was worth it. So let's put these things away, and I'll put this back on my tool belt. There we go. So let's go down here. Now I'll show you how to set these up as well, but I'm just going to go plant this real quick. So I have one ready to go. I right click on it. I shift click, left click, and it goes in there and there. And right up here, there's the progress. It's already growing, and it's going to make the silver ore. I extract it out of here. Runs all the way down. It can't go anywhere else because this is the only place it can possibly go. I filled up this so this one is kind of just for these. And then seeds I stick in here manually, and I'll clean this area up. But I can just go like this, and then I'll right click, and I'll do better than that. But for right now, everything's manual, and that's the whole point of this, is to automate as much processes as possible. Like ideally, you'd have maybe like a seed, something like this, but maybe a 4-slot drawer, maybe 8 drawers here, and then, or 4 drawers and 16, and that would just go to the right spot for us. All right. So next up, how do I make so you've made the seed that you want to do. Let's say it was actual diamond seed. You went all the way for diamond. I think I actually went for diamond first as well. So I made this a premium farmland, which, oh boy, that was hard to make actually. It took 4 of those to make one of these, so it was quite a bit to make. It was like 5 of these, which is thousands of those, because it keeps on 4 makes 1, 4 those, 1, 4 those, so on and so forth. So 4 to the 5th power, which is probably 1,000, right around 1,000. Alrighty. So how do we make these hopper botany pots? That was a little bit tricky when I first started out. I had to go find clay, and it was these items here, basically. So let's take a look at these. And I'll even grab some of, this is what I needed. Oh, not the lapis. Not sure why the lapis went up there. There we go. I'll just take some of that, and I'll take some of that. Okay. So I went out and got clay, and that made the clay pots, because we're shooting for these hopper botany pots. Because if you put a hopper botany pot on top of one of these, it auto feeds into the thing to blow it when it's full, and then this, using the pipes, it draws that out, puts it into the containers for me. So I wanted to make that. All right, so how do we do that? We'll get the recipe. There we go, a hopper, okay, one of those. So I made a bunch of iron ore became really, really important. So I made iron seeds and was doing that quite a bit right off the bat as well. Okay, so we made that. These are with the bricks. The bricks are with clay. Okay, I know how to get the clay, and I went out and got that. The terracotta is just clay cooked. So I ran into a clay issue pretty quick. So I said, how do I make the clay? So let's right click on that. click here. How do I make this clay? I said, oh, where was it? Oh, clay balls. So how do I make clay balls? And it was this. So what I did was I found how to make a dirt seed. I made one of those. And then I made a water seed, which is a little more complicated because you have to make this a glamour ratio. And it was one of these. So I made 4 of those. And then I started growing it. And I had kind of a surplus as well because I'll give you an example of why that's the case. I'll take just like that. And I just block those off so nothing else goes in here. But if you do this, it's interesting to say the least. Let's see. Is it that way? Might be the other way. Yeah. This way. There we go. Look how many it makes. It's a lot. And then, if you go like that, oops, we'll go like that. And we'll make another set. I'll just cook these up. And we'll make that one too. Okay. And then I come over here. And I didn't have this at the time, but now I do. It really flies through there. So we'll cook all those up so that I can have tons of flower pots, tons of bricks to make the flower pots, and so on. Okay. So that knocked out those items. And to make we just had those, and those. And I'm cooking those up, so I was in good shape. Now I had the hopper botany pots, which are really, really amazing. It just really automates as much of the stuff as you want. So in this one, I needed sand in there. It tells you. And I've been growing sugarcane to get paper. 3 sugarcane make paper. And you just set it up just like this with the pipes. And then you wrench out. See how that's a little bit different? That goes like that. That means it's extracting. And you just make a bunch of these. And down the line I went. Kept on expanding. And I'll probably, if I get a miniaturization, like a shrinking thing, let's see if there is any kind of a shrinking device. I'll probably make that because then it's easy to get down there and duck down and actually see this to change these. So I'll be able to put a chest and a hopper botany pot on top of all these and all these as well. And then I don't have to go as far. So that'll be interesting. I'll do that. That's on the list of things to do. But in general, now you know how to make the hopper botany pots, the basics of this, and we'll put this away. There we go. And I'll just throw that in there. I don't really need it. Okay. This is another example of a tree farm then. So I've just got the basic Inferium farmland. The oak trees, they grow. They all come in here. I'm going to organize this a little bit better so that it doesn't loop over at this point. It's basically you just kind of build it all the way around here. And you can pause the video to check it out. And it just drops the wood, the apples, the sticks, and all that into here. Then I feed them into this through the top. It goes up out of here. Wood does. And it drops it down, turns it into charcoal. Oh, it shouldn't be doing that. Let's see if I can. I'm sorry. Let's do it. Let's get the charcoal to actually be in there. So that's more efficient. There we go. And I'll be changing this out as well to an Inferium or as a premium. That's up on my list of things to do next, actually, because it really, really cuts down. I believe it cuts down on, let's take a look at that furnace. See how the fuel efficiency is 800%? I think that's an 800% in the good, not like a negative. So it's 4,000. It's 400 times faster, 40 times faster, and 8 times 40 times faster and 8 times more efficient as opposed to, let's say, this one. The fuel efficiency not doubled, so it's hard to tell. I'd actually have to track that out. It's really nice, and that'll replace that, and we'll go from there. Not bad at all. And then we're making tons of charcoal. I also found out that, and you can press the arrow up key to get to see how I'm going down into the combustion. If you have cyclic and you've added it to the pack, which I really recommend, it just makes them, there's so much stuff in cyclic that is fun. This one is way more effective than the coal generator. It has a higher tick rate, it has a higher RF per tick, and it holds more, and it's more efficient. So I definitely go with that. And that allowed me to do this. Right over here. It allowed me to just go like this. It also allows me to burn the charcoal blocks, which is nice. And this one is powering this, which takes the 52 per tick. And it's been, so it produces more than 52 per tick. So I really like that. It just feeds it right in here. In fact, I probably could do like a hopper, and because that's how efficient it is, and just put the 5 in there and tighten it up. But I'm going to do a new power system in the future anyways, so there'll be even better system than this. There'll be a whole power generation room and everything. And I'll show you what else has changed. This is pretty much how we left it in the last episode. But I'm working on another room here. And this is the pulverizer, but there's going to be a lot of different thermal machines in this area. And what this allows me to do is put the things in there, and it really does a lot at one time. So I can start doing more stuff like this. We'll put this away. Put that away. I press the usage, the E key I have it tied to. And then we just go like that. Oops. There we go. Let's see. If I put this here, it should do all of them. There we go. And then I can put those up there. And we're going to go like this. Just left click. I think I can do it like that. I wonder if no, I can't. Oh, I let up on that. There we go. So we'll put some in here. I've made gold chests too, which is they're just bigger than the iron chests by far. You can, it adds a whole nother holes, maybe twice as big. What else can we put in here? We'll put some gravel in here. We could put a little bit of granite as well. I used up all the all that. And what I do is, there we go. What I'll do is I'll put, just to make sure it's not doing all the charcoal or the cobblestone first, I can do it like that. We'll take some gravel. We'll do it like that. In fact, we'll make sure that it's doing all the gravel by doing it that way. Should be withdrawing though. See how it didn't do that? So why is that? Let's see. It should be pulling that stuff out of there. Auto output enabled. Aha! So I'll pull this out. I hop up here. Those were all set. This was the 4th one that I added. And now it'll work. Now all 4 of these are working. They're all being powered off of this one guy. They're actually working, and it's able to keep ahead of them. I'll probably need some charcoal in there, so let's go grab that. And I'm starting to add more decoration. I'll be doing different things. I added some clear glass from Cyclic, the smooth glass, which makes it so that there really isn't anything in there, no little defects in the glass. So that's another reason why I like Cyclic. Let's put this in here. And eventually this will all get fed into the regular system. I won't ever have to do it this way, where you have to go manually pick it up. And that's the whole point again. Oops, I don't know why I can't seem to grab that stuff. Just leave a little bit there. And I go like this. I'll put that on the ground. There we go. I push recipe. There we go. Oops. Recipe. There we go. Recipe again. Shift click. There, we made a bunch. I'll toss that back in there. As this gets low, I have my charging unit over here. Let's find that out. We'll just put it in there. Instant charges up. Alrighty. We're going to run back over here and just make sure there's enough. Is there enough in here? Yeah, that's the charcoal. It doesn't matter that efficiency-wise, it's just space-wise. So we're going to put these in here, and that way we'll make sure that this thing has enough power. It should, though, for quite a long time. We'll put this here. Okay, good shape there. Let's take a look at that shrinking device. I can just go like this. Up arrow, shrinking. Can I make that? Oh boy. Personal shrinking device. What is this? Glass pane. Eye of Ender. I think I'm actually close to making that because I was making the... so I can't make that quite yet, but there is going to be a way to do it. We'll pop all that stuff in there. Get rid of that. Right over here... Oh boy, this is kind of a convoluted system, but I don't want to explain this one until the next episode. But I'm basically using the Ars Nouveau with 3 pedestals arranged around it really tight, a torch, flint and steel, and gunpowder, and you just pop it on like that. You also need to be able to send these into this to automate it, into this imbuement chamber. And how I do that is I just pop them down. So I'm going to get some more lapis just to fill this thing up. Make sure we have enough of these going. Don't want to run out of those. There we go. And then it turns it into those. This turns it into those, drops it in here. And it takes, probably 2.5 minutes to make one of these. And here's the recipe for the other one. And what I'm going to do is, each of these recipes, I'm going to have it all spaced out, and it'll be automated. And it'll make these things for me, these essences. The essence, oh boy, let's go make that next. The essence to make that shrinking device. Okay. Put all those in there. We're going to, the uses for it, it's just surrounded by stone. Let's chew it again the right way, and then click it in, and then it'll give us the full amount. There we go. And then into the cyclic crushing macerator. Just like this. There it goes. And now it's doing those. And it gives us these magma balls. Okay. Or I'm sorry, the magma cream. The magma cream, we got to remember what we're after here. We're after the shrinking device. So we're after these things, which means we're after these blaze powders. I think right there, magma creams into a centrifugal separator. So can we make this? Let's find out. Oh boy. Constantine. Oh, we can make this. One. Oops. Recipe. Fire charger. Can we make some more of these? Oh, we can make the fire charges here. And we just used up too many of them. And how many Constantine was I down there? Let's go take a look. So those have multiple uses then. And I used up all those fire charges to make that. Let's go do this. I don't think it's going to be enough because we needed to make that machine. And I'll push A on the centrifuge. Now it's up here. So we needed to make that, and it's going to take 8. So we got to wait a while to make the Constantine. And I'll probably, as you saw, see how this is here? I'll probably just make the seed instead. And that way I don't have to sit there and use all these for that. And then I'll have a constant supply of Constantine. But that's the idea. And So what I want to do here is I push A to add it here, and you can just get rid of it like that by pressing A again. But that's what I'll go for. And we're in good shape. So I hope this has helped you out. There we go. I hope this has helped you out. It's there's so much to do. It's amazing. This is a really complex mod pack, and I'm barely scratching the surface. But I do like building stuff and making rooms and building out. I still have to make the stuff upstairs. There's so much out here as well. It's always raining or something when I come out here. Can I sleep right now? No. It's just during a thunderstorm. But I'll be doing all of this over again. The supplementary seeds I couldn't put into the hopper botany pot, so I changed over to hemp, and I'll be using that to make the string. So ideally, I'll be working on all of this as well to get all of these out of here, and getting into hexeria to get a broom so that I can fly. Lots of things. Hi, buddy. And these guys have been keeping this out, and I made a little bit of a fence as well. Oh, I gotta get those guys, and I gotta feed the cows. The fence I just added in somewhat recently, just to go around, make sure that it keeps bad guys a little bit at bay. But I haven't had an issue with these guys too much at all. So we'll take a look down here. Oh, nice. The ferro lanterns are really nice to use. They keep a really wide. They spread their light out by 32 spaces from wherever they're at. And it takes a while, but it does spread out. It's amazing. So we're in good shape. I hope that helps. We'll put those in that spot that we freed up from last time. Oh, I used too many. Let's see if there's an upgrade in here. There is. There we go. We'll just go like that. We'll put 2 on there. Double upgrade. Anything else that I'm probably will put 1 on that. Oh, I know we need one over here as well. We'll just put 1 right here. Or 2. Or 3. And you can always upgrade these into higher tiers as well, to gold, diamond, as far as these guys go too. And we'll put everything back away. And we're in good shape, and I'll have that shrinking ray pretty soon. Have a good one, guys, and enjoy. Pretty extensive system. Way over here now. A big room in here. That's the pillars in the corner. Have a good one.